Hello friends, just a quick video today I think, because as one subscriber, Karen, has pointed out, it's been a while since I made one of these, so I'll just give you a quick overview of the state of my allotment on September the 19th, 2022. Here we go. I thought this was interesting. This is a sunflower that was growing out of here. This I call the wild corner of my allotment. You can probably see why. I don't do that much with it, I just kind of let nature take its course. Over there I do have my horseradish supply, which is doing very well this year, but anyway, just down here, this sunflower was growing out of here, look, and it's fallen over under its own weight, and from the branches, if you can call them branches, we're getting new flowers growing vertically out of that horizontal branch. I thought that was interesting. Down here I've got my yellow courgette plant. This has been pretty prolific this year. I grew this from just one seed, and I've already had 4 or 5 big courgettes off it. There's a little slug there I will just get rid of, excuse me fella. And as you can see, there's 2 more big ones there, and plenty of smaller ones bulking up as well. The weather is getting a bit colder, so I don't think they'll be quite as big as the first ones, but nevertheless make some nice chutney. More horseradish here. I love horseradish. I expanded it, so last year I propagated it and I was growing some over there, and this year I moved some more of the cuttings into here, so I'll have even more this year. It's pretty low maintenance horseradish, quite invasive, which I like, because what I'm working towards is an allotment that is overall very low maintenance, has a lot of perennials, a lot of things that you can just cut and come again, that sort of thing. Over here, here's the raspberries, which are doing okay. I've been reading a little bit about raspberries. You have to cut them right back in the winter time so that you get good growth the next year, so I must remember to do that. Yum yum. The blackcurrant bush as well, which is dying off for the autumn, but again been very prolific this year. Sage, got more sage than I know what to do with, fortunately. I know at least one witch who likes to burn sage for various reasons, not all of which are clear to me, but anyway, I give her sage from time to time and she seems happy with that. This is the tidier bit. This is my sort of original herb bed. So I've got lemon sage here, some Russian tarragon cuttings, that's from the main plant just over there, also grown from seed this year. Rosemary, which I'm pretty pleased with, and I have taken another cutting of rosemary there, 2 cuttings that I'm going to expand into this area just here. That's another sage bush that I've just cut back. I think I will probably remove that entirely and replace it with rosemary in this space. French sorrel, very bitter lemony taste to that, which is quite appealing but idiosyncratic. Takes some getting used to. Thyme, of course, lovely thyme and golden marjoram. Lavender, chives. Interestingly, they've flowered and dropped their seed heads and then flowered again twice this summer. I've not seen them do that before that I remember, but I don't know if it's the heat waves that we've had causing them to flower again, but that happened. Lungwort, I just like that because it's more or less evergreen and you get nice flowers very early in the year, about February, March. More sunflowers. Kale, of course, curly kale. I've been picking some of that today and I have been harvesting it over the last couple of months. It just keeps coming back, it's fantastic. Amazingly nutritious and hardy, and might just keep some of that growing through winter to get some more seeds. Even more seeds, I got loads last year. Comfrey is everywhere. I like that though. I dug out some of the roots this year in about March when it started to grow, and it's still taken over this spot, which is great because you get these enormous leaves, which are just fantastic for mulch and getting nitrogen back into the soil, I believe, something like that. So there we go. Over here, enormous Jerusalem artichokes. They've got to be like over 10 foot tall by now. Don't harvest those till about November. And I've still got some pickled ones from last year, in fact the year before. Oh, hello. Hello, Moggy. Oh, I love cats. Oh, sun's coming out. Anyway, yeah, I've grown some ajuga on the border. Is it ajuga on the border here? I thought it might be interesting to grow some of that around the borders so you don't get as many sort of disparate weeds. Problem is it does spread very prolifically, so I'm going to have to hold that back with like some stones and some newspaper and so on, cardboard, just so it doesn't take over the whole bed. But this is where I grew my garlic this year, and I'm trying to do some kind of vague alliums, brassicas, legumes rotation, which is what you're supposed to do. So garlic at allium. So next year I want some brassicas in there. I might put some of the kale in there next year. And legumes, I did grow quite a few peas this year, not that many, in this area where the nasturtiums have since taken over. But see these sticks here, this is what I was using to prop up my peas. They did okay, but again I have a soft spot for nasturtiums and I like to just let those spread around. So that was that. More chives. Great stuff, chives. You can just pick them and snack on them as you're walking around. This is the really wild bit here. I've got all this bindweed climbing up some of the poles I had there, and I did have strawberries here at one time, although you can't really see them anymore. Some point I will have to bite the bullet and cut all of that back, but not yet. I like it. So let's just take a few moments to enjoy the peace and quiet and all this greenery. Peace and love to you all. Please like and subscribe and comment and all that. It makes me happy.